Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert here, joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Cool Man, Sunglasses at Night, Joel Meyer. How we doing tonight, Joel?
Just living the 80s every day, man. Every day. Haven't left the 80s. Born in the 80s. 80s keep going. Shades at night. Let's go. Yeah, just hiding my bloodshot eyes. Had a lunch day with my dad at the bar, so a little intoxicated, but also watched some excellent Champions League games. I have Inter Milan Internazionale to win the group. They were down 3-0 at Benfica, and just needed them to pull it out with a draw, because Real Sociedad was playing at the same time against Red Bull Salzburg, and they drew as well. So both games ended in a tie, 3-0 down.
Exhilarating.
Oh, it was intense, man. Intense. And Hala Madrid too. I bet Madrid and the over. They won 4-2. That was nice. It's a rare soccer win for me. Other than that, just betting a lot of soccer or hockey futures today. As you can see in the Discord, my accounts are full, so I gotta unleash them. My balls are full. You gotta spread the seed around. So that's what I did today. Just spraying the board. Got a lot of good bets going on. But yeah, excited to get into another big slate going on.
Yeah, I mean, how though? You were at least able to make it here to the podcast. Our boy Tally.
Yeah, fuck. He didn't even make it. No sunglasses. No show up.
He's I think he's still out there partying. He said he could do later, but I couldn't do later because I got work in the morning. So we're going without him. He's having a good time there. Yeah, I'm doing all right here. Good Wednesday night of hockey so far, at the very least. Hope the Red Wings can keep this up for myself.
What did you bet today? What did you bet today?
I had the Blue Jackets first period, so that pushed. I had the money line. I had the Red Wings for a small play. Then I have a Kings puck line and a Kings first period play.
Kings money line is all I got today. Let's go Kings. I bet a bunch of Kings stuff today, so thinking that they'd win against the Capitals. Good entry point there, but still got to get the job done against these useless Washington team.
Yeah, Talon is taking a Leo Carlson. He's out for load management tonight. We can't use him up for every homemade bukkake here. We got 14 games on Thursday, so we'll get right into it here. Before that, make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. Apparently, Spotify Wrapped are out now. So if you have a Wrapped of the Hockey Gambling Podcast, I believe we're able to give away an item from our store to a random user who shares their Wrapped with us. So either on Twitter at HockeySGPN or in the Discord, or get it to us somehow. You can print it out and mail it to Joel. He'll be able to. That'll be counted as an entry there. So you have your Wrap. Yeah, show your Hockey Gambling Podcast Spotify Wrapped for us on Twitter or wherever. Discord, and get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. Had someone reach out to the Twitter account today for that, so hopefully they're in there enjoying all the fun discourse. Hopefully not falling for too much bait in there, because it does seem to be a few trolls in there nowadays. But you know what? It's all in good fun, all in good discourse, as the Discord should be there. All right, Joel, ready to get right into this 14 game slate for Thursday, November 30th.
Yes, sir. We got Tom Cruise action right now. Let's go. Let's go.
Goose. All right, we'll kick this things off here because this ties into one of our main talking points. 7 o'clock time slot here. We got the Chicago Blackhawks at the Detroit Red Wings. The Patrick Kane Bowl here. Game itself is in Detroit. Red Wings are minus 225 on the money line. Blackhawks are plus 185. Over unders at 6.5. Over paying off minus 102. Under is at minus 118. First of all, here, Joel, what are your thoughts on Patrick Kane signing with the Red Wings? Do you think this impacts them much long term?
Well, at first I thought it was a decent deal because the Red Wings are a competitive team now. They're in the playoff mix. They're right in the mix there with the Leafs. They're ahead of the Lightning, and if they keep the same pace up, they make the playoffs. But at the other side of the spectrum, you can think that the Red Wings are thinking even longer term. The Yzer plan might be expanded even further. Maybe they want to deal Patrick Kane at the deadline and get another draft pick because I don't know why Patrick Kane would want to sign here, thinking that they're going to win. The Red Wings are not going to win the cup, and the price tag was not that big, so it's a strange deal to me. It's a 1-year deal, so it's kind of confusing why Patrick Kane want to do it. But from the Red Wings side, it's a win-win situation. If the Red Wings are still in a playoff spot, okay, they got Patrick Kane going forward, and if not, they can deal him at the deadline. I just don't know why Patrick Kane would want to sign here. I'm kind of mystified by this, especially considering Chicago is a pronounced rival of Detroit. I guess that doesn't mean anything to Patrick Kane anymore than a fucking mercenary. But yeah, for me, I think this is a good deal for Detroit. I just don't know what Patrick Kane is thinking going there, thinking that he wants to win, but he also wants to make money. But you could have made more money elsewhere. What do you think? What's Kane's end in this?
I don't know. I think that might be his end. Where like first of all, his first game back in Chicago will be the night that Chris Chelios' number 7 is retired on February 25th, and by then the Red Wings could be out of the playoff picture. Like you said, like I mean they're what, barely in it now. I think maybe up a few points in the they're tied with the Leafs, tied with the Lightning. Three less games played than the Lightning, but like they're Larkin's out tonight, out tomorrow. They're not a good team. Like they're going to reunite Kane and DeBrincat. It's going to knock down Lucas Raymond, who's having a great season on that top line, and their depth is horrible. So I think it might have to be the long term here. Like, okay, I don't know why he would want to go to Detroit rather than Buffalo, but maybe Detroit has the best value. Detroit is kind of close to his home there in Buffalo. I guess close enough. He wanted to stay at least to East Coast from what I heard, if that's true. But yeah, a trade could be in the cards here. 1-year deal, what, 2.75 million. So it's a really cheap there. And I wonder, like, if he had the Red Wings on his list at all in the offseason, because I don't think many people expected them to be this good, or even, I mean, they hope they'd be this good after the big offseason acquisitions of what Comfer and Kopp that they had, but like they're not a playoff team, like you said. They're not a Stanley Cup contender, so I don't get it here. I don't know if other teams just weren't willing to sign him because they are more focused on defense, but it's weird. It's a weird fit, I think, on both ends.
For sure. One more thing to remember is that the hip surgery he had to experience is something that knocked a lot of players out. Like Tyler Seguin had the same thing. Brad Marchand hasn't been the same player since he got it done. Jamie Benn, there's a couple other guys. So yeah, the hip surgery is nothing easy to come back from. So it's kind of a wild card. Maybe the Red Wings are just like taking a shot, and nobody else wanted to take a shot. I don't know. I think that the Avs could use him. The Stars could use him. Other teams in the mix could have used him. But yeah, now that the Red Wings got him for free, $2.75 million, I think that's a good pickup for them. I once again, I don't understand this from Kane's perspective, but I guess clarity will be given to us in the future.
Yeah, I'm trying to look real quick if he has a no move clause or anything. I don't know if that's come out yet. I can't imagine. I can't imagine he does, but I imagine they would work with him. No, he does have a no trade clause, so it would have to be
really.
Apparently, according to the cap friendly here, current contract.
Okay. That makes it even more curious.
Well, yeah, I think it does, or at least it has a little NTC icon on him, so he should have a no trade clause there.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it is like okay, if we're good enough, we'll go for it, but if not, deal me for to a contender, and then that's Yzerman paying $3 million for a first round pick or a second round pick. Like that's good use of assets there.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that makes sense because Kane wants to be in control. I don't think that he would agree to this contract without being in control of where he goes going forward. So yeah, the no trade clause is kind of superficial. It's just basically giving him total control of what's going to happen at the trade deadline in case the Red Wings miss the playoffs, or basically Kane wants to be in control of where he wants to go and going forward. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
All right. Do you have any quick thoughts on the whole Corey Perry discourse? The Blackhawks didn't really say much in their statement, besides that it didn't involve someone's family. I was reading somewhere that he may have made a pass at someone in the front office or someone someone on the social media team. Like I don't know. I feel like that's more believable than getting with someone's mom, because like that's not a breach of contract. Like that, like players do that not all the time, but like that's not unheard of. So it's a weird situation. And also I've just personally, like I don't like seeing these reporters like, oh, this is all because of Twitter, the rumors, speculating, the media literacy nowadays. No, there were rumors on the hockey forums, like in the 2000s and the 1990s. I'm sure like this is not new with social media. Like this is not something where it's because Twitter or whatever spread it. It's just the Blackhawks don't have a good reputation with this kind of stuff, and they did not act swiftly enough.
No. Those were all social media. They were just primitive social media. Nowadays, it's just advanced social media. Okay, it's just spreading the rumors around. You know what? I went to the bar with my dad today, and you know what I heard? The first thing I heard, literally, you know what happened to Connor Bedard, his mom? Corey Perry banged his mom. Literally, that's what I heard. It's because of social media. Like you could say that it's an excuse, whatever, but social media does spread this dysfunctional rumors, which stain a family. Like think of Connor Bedard's father going through all this shit. Like is thinking that his mom's his wife's cuckolded by Corey Perry. That's same shameful shit. But I will admit, no, I won't admit. I will say that the Blackhawks deserve a lot of the hate because they should have clarified what's going on. Okay, I'm not saying social media is all to blame, but social media just spreads the fire. Whereas the Blackhawks could have ended the fire, doused the fire by saying what's going on to begin with, by leaving this thing open-ended and not like killing off these stupid rumors to begin with. Like I don't know, the Blackhawks are just a dysfunctional organization at this point. Like it's kind of getting indefensible for me. But yeah, I mean, we've been going over in the Discord with the social media stuff. I think that it spreads the flames needlessly. But yeah, at the end of the day, the Blackhawks do deserve a lot of the blame.
Do you think Corey Perry is done now, or will he sign somewhere the rest of the way?
Well, who knows what happened? If it's very bad, then no, he's done. If it's kind of bad, some desperate team could pick him up at the deadline. I jokingly said that the Canucks traded Anthony Beauvillier to clear the cap space for Corey Perry. That'd be a nice fit. Rick Tocchet would like him there. But no, I don't think that he's going anywhere anytime soon. Maybe when the fires die down in March with the trade deadline, they can somebody can pick him up. But otherwise, no, I don't see anything happening with him going forward, depending on what he did.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's fairly washed up anyway. But like, I always make the comparison to Evander Kane. Like Evander Kane, we've thought multiple times he would not be back, and now he's one of the big weapons for the Oilers. So you never know. But yeah, I do think it's probably a little bit too washed up to make a comeback.
Yeah. So for this game,
I
don't know. Feel give me the. I mean, the Blackhawks typically are an under team. We saw them score a few goals against the Kraken, give up a few goals. And then they're playing tonight, of course, or the Red Wings are playing tonight. Who's playing for the Red Wings tonight in goal? Do you know? Is it
I'm not
Husso
sure.
or Lyon?
Real quick, it's Husso tonight.
Okay, so Alex Lyon, the Lionheart should be a net for this one. Give me the under 6.5, minus 118. I don't think the Blackhawks can score 4 goals in 2 straight games.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best look here. Red Wings minus 225 on a back-to-back are kind of tough there. And they're not home tonight, are they? They're at MSG, so they're not home. So it's a back-to-back with travel against the motivated Blackhawks team. It just took down the Kraken. So yeah, I can't take a side here, but I would lean to the under there. Both of these teams can't really score too much. All right, but we are brought to you by Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is available in over 14 states plus Ontario, Canada. Bet Rivers has some of the best live betting markets in this space. Their betting menu is second to none, including a ton of props. Depositing and withdrawing is super easy on Bet Rivers. So sign up using our link to get a risk-free bet up to $500. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, here. Going down again to the 7 o'clock time slot. Oh, we got a doozy here. San Jose Sharks at the Boston Bruins. Game itself is in Boston at the Gardens. Bruins are minus 500 here on the money line. The minus 1.5 puck line is minus 155. The Sharks are plus 380. The Sharks and the plus 1.5 puck line are plus 130. Over-unders at 6. Overpaying off minus 105. Under is at minus 115. Jolie here. What do you think about this line?
Well, obviously everyone's betting the Bruins here to come back in this spot after losing 4 of the last last 3 games at least. And it's because the Bruins goaltending has finally failed them. And when that happens, they're not a great team. I mean, they've relied on their goaltending for the whole season. Swayman has been unreal. Allmark has been great too. And they just haven't got the goal scoring. They haven't got the power play going. They've just relied on Pastrnak for goal scoring. They're finally showing their deficiency at center. Zacha does stuff defensively, but he's not a great offensive center. And meanwhile, the Sharks are they're looking pretty feisty lately, winning 2 games in a row and just narrowly losing that one against fuck if I remember, but it was 2. They won the last 2, and then they were very close in the third one, and then now they're going up on the road. It's just. Yeah, the Bruins minus 500. That's just too much. I mean, you expect them to get the job done, but that's just too big of a price to pay. I think you got to take the under here. Just think the Bruins. If they get it done, they'll seal the deal. Get this done in like a 4-1 kind of game. The Sharks still can't score. I mean, they scored against the Canucks 4 goals there, but that was a back-to-back with Casey DeSmith and net after the Canucks came up from Seattle, and then they beat the Capitals 2-1, and the fuck, I don't remember either. But give me the Bruins, Sharks under 6 minus 115. I think that's the better bet to play here. I don't know what to do with the side at this number. If anything, I'm kind of leaning to the Sharks. Just a foolish play at plus 380. I don't know, but I think that the only way to play it at this number is under 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you play a side, I don't think you can take the spread jumper bet on the Bruins. Like, I know they're 7-7, 1-1 at home. San Jose hasn't won on the road yet. I don't think San Jose scored more than 1 or 2 in a game on the road yet. Their team total is 1.5. I mean, under 2.5 is minus 240. But yeah, I do think probably the under would be the best look here. Boston won in San Jose 3-1 last month on October 19th. So it could see a similar outcome here. So, maybe Sharks plus 2.5 is like minus 120. That's not crazy. Parlay that maybe with under 6. Maybe then you have yourself covered on 3-1, 3-2, 4-2.
That's a good bet. Plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5 minus and under 6.5. You can get for plus 160. That might be the best look because the Bruins should win. Should be a low scoring game, but should be close enough where that's viable.
I like it.
No, I mean that's better than taking like Bruins. Bruins regular puck line minus 1.5 is minus 155. Bruins regulation is minus 270. So the Sharks are the value play, or if I do that same game parlay with a 2.5 and under 6.5. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here with the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game itself is in Tampa Bay. Where there's no taxes. Lightning are minus 148. Pittsburgh is plus 124. Over under is 6.5. Overpaying off minus 118. Under is at minus 102. There's 2 teams here that you can't trust too much recently. Pittsburgh had the win against Toronto, but then lost in Nashville. Lost 3 of their past 4 now. Lost 5 of their past 7. Tampa has lost back-to-back on the road. Colorado, Arizona. What was a back-to-back set there? But now they're coming home with just 1 day off. I mean, Pittsburgh was in Nashville last night, so they're going to be in Tampa before Tampa got there because they were in Arizona. And I don't know. I just can't trust this Lightning team here. Even at home, 6-2-3, they're kind of coming back down to earth there. Pittsburgh 5-4-1 on the road. So I lean to the Pens here. Plus 124. I think that's a little bit too much, especially given I'm not sure. I haven't watched many Lightning games, so I don't know how Vasilevsky has looked, but I imagine the flight and everything can't be great for his back injury. So Could even be Johansson. So yeah, and Jari's looked solid. So like the Penguins plus 124 and probably a lean to the over, but no play on the total because Pittsburgh's been playing good defensive recently.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on both those bets. I'm gonna keep playing these fucking Penguins overs, man. Like they should be going over. Like their power play just can't get going. Like I'm watching these games and they're just not putting the puck in it. They're getting chances, but they're also fumbling the puck all over the place. The Penguins power play should be elite. Thinking that Erik Karlsson, Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel, all in the same unit. I've said this before, and it's got to get going. I watched them against the Predators. They did not get going, but I think that eventually it's just a matter of time before it gets going. So yeah, I think that the Pens are the play here. Lightning coming back after their short road trip. But yeah, stronger players over 6.5, -118. Penguins been bailed out by the goaltending. Jari's been unreal. Lightning, yeah, the goaltending's up and down. Vasilevsky's a bit of a wild card now. But I'm gonna back there to be goals in this game. Yeah, Lightning power play is elite. Penguins power play should be elite, and I think it's only a matter of time before they finally figure it out. So yeah, lean to the Pens, but stronger play on the over 6.5.
All right, here going down to the 7 o'clock time slot. Again, we have the New Jersey Devils at the Philadelphia Flyers. Huge rivalry game here in Philadelphia. Flyers are plus 130. Devils are minus 155. Over-unders at 6.5. Over at minus 105. Under 6.5 at minus 115. I'll take this one here again with my Fly guys. I'm on the Flyers plus 130. I know the Devils have been somewhat impressive now with Hughes and he's sure back, more importantly, but Vanacek did not look good against the Islanders. The Devils had to, I think, come back in that one with 3 goals in the third period to win 5-4. Lost 3 in a row before, that 7-2 win against Buffalo. Flyers played well against Carolina. It was 4-1 final, but it was 2-1 until late the third period. Hart gave up a weak goal, and then it was empty netter. So it should have probably been a 2-2 game. Flyers had some chances that Kochetkov shut down there. I think Flyers are able to bounce back. Plus 130 just seems a bit too high for them here. Devils, I mean, they're ahead of the Devils right now in the standings. So they're a better team in the standings. Maybe not better team on paper. They need to get back out on home ice. Devils aren't too great on the road. The last road games lost 4-0 in Detroit, lost 6-3 in Winnipeg before that. So Flyers here, I think, have value as home underdogs. And then under 6.5, minus 115. I think as long as Hart starts, I think it's going to be a under game here in Philadelphia.
Yes. Both teams I've been kind of high on in the course of this season, but I think the Devils are finding it. I mean, I said that the Devils Islanders game was going to be a correlated winner to the over, winner to the under. But the Devils just, I mean, it's going to be goals. There's just going to be goals. The Devils don't play defense. They don't play goaltending. And it doesn't matter that the Flyers can't score. The Devils can't defend. So the Flyers will score. So, yeah, give me the over 6.5 here, minus 105. Lean to the Devils here, minus 155. I just think that they're the better team. They're going to get in a groove, whatever. They're going to find the way back into the playoffs. They're just too good to be dragged down in these lower regions of the Metro for too long. So yeah, give me the over 6.5. Most importantly, but yeah, I think you might be on the right side with the Flyers. But I'm gonna live and die by my Devils. Give me the Devils minus 155. But for show's sake, over 6.5 minus 105 would be the stronger play.
All right. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy as a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. No matter the sport, simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. Watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit of up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. And win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. Okay, here we're going down to the 7 o'clock time slot again. Got the Florida Panthers at the Montreal Canadiens. Game itself is in Montreal. Les Bleu Blanc et Rouge. Canadiens are plus 185 on the back-to-back. Panthers are minus 225. Over-under is 6.5. Over paying off minus 105. Under at minus 115. What do you got for this Atlantic Division battle here?
I am all in on the Cats these days.
All in. We got whacked here.
We got, yeah. 10 need to play here. But singles only. I've bet a couple Panthers plays. I bet the Panthers to win the Atlantic at plus 550. I think that's a good bet. At plus 450 or better. I don't think that the Leafs should be second favored, given the state of the two franchises. The Leafs just require these overtime games to get their points, whereas the Panthers, they've been the dominant team in most of their games. You know, and they're losing, they're the better team in a lot of cases. So, give me the Panthers in a lot of different ways. You know, I'm going to be high on them for the rest of the season, and I'm going to be high on them in this one after the Canadiens. They won the game against the Blue Jackets here on the road. Coming back, we got a border game. Doesn't mean as much as it used to in the old COVID rules, but it still means a little bit. Panthers been stewing after that loss against the Leafs. A game where they were the better team, and a game where they were consistent throughout the game. Usually you see these teams in the back-to-back, like they played the Senators the night before, but they still played the same way throughout the whole game. They didn't show any kind of fatigue. And I like that. And I like them to do it here against the Canadiens. Hopefully they didn't indulge in these Montreal nightclubs and whatever. They can undo you quickly. But I'm hoping for them, for their sake. Paul Maurice has got them disciplined. So give me the Panthers. Give me the money line. Give me the regulation play. Give me the puck line. Give me everything Panthers here. I think they're going to dominate the Canadiens here. It's not Hockey Night in Canada. It's not Saturday. It's Thursday. Thursday is Cats Day. Let's go Panthers. Let's roll.
Yeah, we got a Kama Sutra game here because you got to take these Cats as many ways as you can get them here. Money line, puck line, regulation, as you said. Maybe even a team total here because you got Caden Primo likely to start in net he's confirmed actually to start in net for the Canadiens. 3.41 goals against, 898 save percentage. And yeah, I like your Panthers buying in long term. They lost 3 of their past 4, but shootout loss against Toronto where they won it, but after the review, they lost it.
They bullied the Bruins. The Bruins were bailed out by Swayman. Heroic performance on that one as well.
All right, yeah. So yeah, Panthers long term, especially with Ekblad and Montour back. And I kind of lean to the under here. The Panthers have been playing a lot better hockey defensively. They've been going 4 straight unders in 6 of their past 7. The Habs, 3rd straight under tonight with their 4-2 win in Columbus. A border crossing game here as they come back home up from Ohio there. So, yeah, all over the Panthers here. Even get this before the line moves. They're probably going to close minus 250 or higher. So, yeah, Panthers money line, but Panthers puck line is what I'm on here, plus 114. Even last season, the Panthers had their number, beating them 5-2, 9-5, 6-2, 7-2. So all 4 meetings last season were blowouts. So let's see that again here with the Canadiens on a back-to-back. All right, going down to the 7 o'clock time slot one more time. We got the Seattle Kraken at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game itself is in Toronto. Maple Leafs are minus 192. Kraken are plus 160. Over-unders at 6.5. Overpaying off minus 112. The under is at minus 108 here. It's a bit of a toss-up game here for me. I don't think I can trust the Leafs at minus 192, but I definitely can't trust the Kraken at any price after their showing against the Blackhawks there the other night. They did outshoot them 36-23, so probably deserved a better fate, but lost that one 4-3. The Leafs have been battling. They had back-to-back losses against Chicago and Pittsburgh, and they got that shootout win against Florida. Won 4 straight before that. So if I had to pick a side, it would be the Leafs. I just think minus 190, minus 200 is going to be a bit too steep. But the best play here, I think, would be the over 6.5 at minus 112. I don't trust any of the 4 goalies these two teams employ. Both teams have been known to score, even though Toronto's offense has not been great recently. They've gone against two good teams there, Pittsburgh and Florida. I think this will be a bit of a back and forth game with Seattle, not exactly a defensive minded team there. So give me the over 6.5 minus 112.
I don't have much for this game. I'm just saying that the Leafs should not be the second favorites for the Atlantic Division. They are clearly the third team in the grouping. Just the Panthers and the Bruins are a class above. I don't know why the Leafs are still favored to above everyone else in the division. Obviously, the Bruins are the favorite, but the Leafs are ahead of everyone else. I don't like that at all. For this one, I don't like this game at all. I mean, I guess you want to take the Leafs here, but they've just been so inconsistent. They just don't do the job when you want them to do the job. And this is a cross-conference game, minus 192. This is the kind of game that they lose. Like the Leafs kind of get up for the big ones against the Lightning, against the Panthers, against the Bruins. Even if they lose them, they still actually show up for them. Against these cross-conference opponents, they don't really do that. So it's tough taking a minus 192 money line here. So yeah, I'm going to go with you with the over 6.5 minus 112. Just fade the goaltending of the Kraken. I know Joseph Woll has been good in that for the Leafs, but their defense has been shit. He can't just he can't keep hiding their deficiencies forever. So yeah, let's go with the over 6.5 minus 112 consensus bet.
I have actually a better play for this one. I'm taking the draw for plus 380, or potentially just the correct score in regulation 3-3 at 13-1.
Let's go.
Maple Leafs lead the league with 9 overtime games. Kraken are tied with the Knights and Habs with 8. So these are two teams that aren't afraid to go to overtime. And like you said, that's what crossed my mind, the cross conference game here. Both teams want to get a point. Both teams need at least 1 point. So if it's tied in the third period, we're going to see some conservative hockey. Both these teams have gone to overtime a lot recently. So love that draw play, actually, at plus 380. May throw a little bit on that.
Two more things. First of all, Leafs too many men penalty. They lead the league in that regard. So if you can bet that, that'd be a good bet. Second of all, Dave Hackstall, maybe the next coach fired. You know, he lost to the Blackhawks. I saw you as 30-1. That might be a little bit of a play. I haven't bet anything in the next coach fired market, but we'll be monitoring that because I think that Dave Hackstall could be in the hot seat pretty quickly.
I think DJ Smith still has him beat for a little bit. So I think the Kraken are following that Hurricanes thing where they want to have the steady coach, and I think Hackstall was a college coach, so he knows how to grow with and Shane Wright.
Yeah, but the problem is that DJ Smith is like plus 150. So yeah. I'm just looking for these longer shots for now.
Yeah. All right, going down to 7:30 here. We have the New York Islanders at the Carolina Hurricanes. Game itself is in Carolina. Hurricanes are minus 192. Islanders are plus 160. Same lines as the Leafs game. Over is under is at 6. Over paying off plus 102. Under is at minus 122. What do you got for this Metro matchup?
Well, the Hurricanes back at home. Islanders are shit on the road. You got to back the Hurricanes here. I know it's a big number, but the Islanders have been shit, and if their goalies aren't rolling, they're not rolling. Sorokin had he had a few good games, but just let up 5 goals for the Devils. Not a good performance there. They could score goals against the Devils, but can they score goals against a legit defensive team? I don't think so. So yeah, the Hurricanes, I think, are picking up into high gear here. They're winning games, even on the road now. And at home, they've always been boss. So, yeah, it's the home team here for me. But the under 6 is kind of calling me as well. But, yeah, I think the Hurricanes in regulation price, which is minus 125, is the better play for this one.
The Canes at home have always been boss. I never thought I'd hear Joel Meyer say such a thing there, but they have. And the Islanders are not a good hockey team. They're not going to be able to score against a good defensive team like the Hurricanes. They play a very tight checking game, and the Islanders just don't have the skill or the depth to fight through that, especially now with their 2 of their top 6 defensemen out. Pelech and Aho, they're out for a while. Svechnikov has been out for the Canes for a few games with an illness, so maybe he'll be back. But I think either way here, the Canes are the play, and that regulation minus 125 probably is worth it. Getting it down 70 cents there for minus 192. But yeah, I do like the under 6 at -122. It's at under 5.5 at most books, which I don't like as much, but I think this could very easily be a 3-2 game, 4-2 game, potentially even like a 2-2 overtime game if the Islanders are able to, get a few power play goals there, because they are able to score in the power play, but 5-on-5 is not great for them. So yeah, Canes here, either money line or regulation, and then the under 6. Going down to 8 o'clock time slot here, we got the Minnesota Wild at the Nashville Predators. Game itself is in Smashville. Predators are -122, Wild are +102. Over unders at 6. About a pick on there. Over -108, under -112 here. We got the Wild. They got the new coach bump last game. Basically, Philip Gustafson remembered how to make a save. Matt Boldy scored for the first time in a while. Next scored early on. They beat the Blues 3-1. They beat the Blues, who the Blues are not a good hockey team here. And I don't necessarily think Nashville was a great hockey team either here. But Nashville, 11-10 on the season, 8-4 at home is the big thing. Minnesota is 2-6-2 on the road, so 2-8 there for the money line there for the people score at home. And at home, Nashville here, back-to-back wins over Pittsburgh, Winnipeg. They've won 6 in a row overall. 5 of those were at home against good teams. They beat Calgary, they beat Colorado, they beat Winnipeg and Pittsburgh, as I just said there. So, yeah, Nashville, just a much better team, underlying numbers as well. Back that up, top 10 against, I think, a bottom 10 or at least a bottom half Wild team there. So, yeah, Preds here at home, -122. I think they should be much bigger favorites. I'm starting to buy into Nashville. So, give me the Preds. And then I would lean to the under 6 as well. Saros has been solid, and the Wild should be looking to play a little bit more responsibly now with a new coach.
Yeah, I was hoping a talent be around so I can fucking dunk on him for taking the Blues against our Wild in the last show. But no, I'll do it here. It's funny how a new coach comes in and all of a sudden just things turn around. Like the penalty kill, they look elite, dumping the puck out, getting the bodies in front of the puck, the goaltending even. Gustafsson never looked so better in the course of the whole season. All of a sudden, he's playing well. That's just what the dead cat bounce can do for a team. But now going on the road against the red hot Predators, this is the definition of a pass game for me. I lean to the Preds, though. I think that they are still the better team. I just fear that the residue of the dead cat bounce in this one. Yeah, I like the Preds here. I hope they win. I got a couple futures on them, make the playoffs, over point total, whatever. But I don't think I'm going to be betting this one at all. If anything, maybe the under 6 if the Wild get some goaltending figured out, because they are a more defensive team and they still haven't figured out the scoring. Yeah, but still, even Matthew Boldy scored in that one on a breakaway, no less. Yeah, his second goal this season. Go figure that. New coach in, he finally gets a goal. But yeah, I think that this is not a good game to bet for me. But if anything, I would take the under 6.
Yeah, Wild still might be coughing up some hairballs there from the dead cat bounce, so maybe not too confident the Predators. All right, going on to 8 o'clock again here. We have the Edmonton Oilers at the it's cold. It's boring.
No,
it's in Winnipeg. Jets are home dogs here, +102. Oilers are -122. Over-unders at 6.5. Overpaying off -130. Under at +110. Jolie here. What do you got for this Canadian clash?
Oof. Oilers are getting the bet the fuck up because they are back. These are the Oilers we expected. Yeah. This is the ultimate dead cat bounce, right? The Oilers fired the coach. Okay, they won a game and then they lost a couple in a row. Now all of a sudden they're on a roll. And you know what matters more than a dead cat bounce is McDavid bounce, because he's healthy again. Fuck that. I hate that nickname. I don't know how that caught on. But no, this guy is for real. He's figured it out. He's terrifying me. All my fucking bets I made in the heart market against him.
Yeah.
I was just gonna fucking win it again. Oh, I hate him. But that's good for our Oilers futures at least. But yeah, for this one, give me the Oilers. Oilers -122. I think it is still pretty cheap. Jets are a good team and all, but the Oilers are on a mission. They should have won that game against the Knights pretty clearly. Knights just do their thing. Like they come back from behind when everyone thinks they're done. It is kind of like a zombie Frankenstein kind of thing, and tie the game to losing a fucking shootout. Fuck them. But yeah, for this one, Oilers all the way. I think they're a much better team still. I like the Jets. I win a lot of money if the Jets win. But for this one, I like the Oilers to win it because they are just the better team, and they're gonna win it, and they're gonna make it in the playoffs because there's a fucking shitload of shit teams in front of them. Who's gonna make it in front of them in the playoffs? Like the Kraken, the Coyotes, the Blues? I don't think so. It's gonna be the fucking Oilers and the Predators in the playoffs. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I definitely think the Oilers will make the playoffs. I'm trying to check their odds right now to make it -115. You can still get that. I think that's pretty
Let's
good odds
go.
there. That seems -180 at other books. So I don't know if that -115 is still alive. But for this game here, I still don't trust Edmonton on the road. They have not played well on the road so far this season. They're only 3-8. One of the wins was in Washington, 5-0. They just got that one. One of the wins was in Seattle. One of the wins earlier this season in Nashville. But like, after they got new coach bounce, they won a few games and they went down to Tampa, Florida, Carolina, lost all 3 of those. And I think Winnipeg might be better than we give them credit for, especially at home, 6-4-1 against a team like the Oilers, where they're just basically a top line, maybe a top 6 if Draisaitl and McDavid are split up. I think Winnipeg has the depth to counter that, and then their bottom 6 is probably better than Edmonton's top 6, and then or bottom 6. And then the big thing is defense and goaltending. I trust Hellebuck over Stuart Skinner. That's the big thing here. Not to sound like Talon too much, but like, I'm not betting against Hellebuck right now. He's allowed 2 goals or fewer in 3 straight starts. Hasn't allowed more than 3 since November 2nd against Vegas there. Obviously, the Oilers can go off at any time with Connor McDavid, but if you're giving me Winnipeg as home dogs here, even small dogs +102 against the Oilers team that hasn't shown much on the road, I'm going to take it. And then I guess that's also correlated to the under 6.5 +110. I wouldn't take both of those. I think that's way too correlated, but maybe just do a Jets and under parlay if you're really thinking about it. Jets have gone under in 4 straight. They've been playing good defense against some good teams. So that's my look for this one.
What's going on with Zach Hyman, though?
I think it was just an illness. It is a big piece, though.
He is. He's a fucking killer, man. Zach Hyman is the beast. He's important for that role because we criticize the Leafs and all that because they don't have the Zach Hyman anymore. Like Matthews and Marner, they can do their own nifty, drag the puck, pass the puck, whatever shit. Mm-hmm. But they don't go in the corners. They don't work out. They don't get the forecheck in, and that's what Zach Hyman does for that line of McDavid or Draisaitl when he's up there, or whoever else, the Vander King, whatever. Zach Hyman does that dirty role, so he's an important piece, and he's killing it this year. He's got as many goals as anyone, really, and so Zach Hyman is an important piece for the Oilers team. So I'll be monitoring that, but I already bet the Oilers at -102. So let's fucking go.
Oh, that's some good CLV there then. All right, going down to our final 8:00 game here. We have the Buffalo Sabres at the St. Louis Blues. What a shit game. We got the Blues -120. Sabres are +100. Over under at 6.5. Over at -112. Under is at -108. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of goalie game. We got Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen versus Jordan Binnington here. Both solid goaltenders in net. The Buffalo Sabres sent down Devin Levi. So this is UPL's net now. He's been great recently. Had 1 goal against the Rangers. Hasn't allowed more than 3 goals, 1 time in the past 10 starts. So he's been coming into his own there. Buffalo's been holding their own without Tage Thompson even. But most importantly, I don't trust either of these teams to score. I can't trust either of these teams to win a hockey game. But I can trust these teams to not score. So under 6.5 at -108 is my only play for this one.
Yeah, I think that's the right bet. Ever since the Sabres lost Tage Thompson, they've been playing a more physical, more defensive game, protecting their own net because they can't trust their goalies. And yeah, Tage Thompson is one of the better scorers in the game. So without him, they don't have the offensive production. So I like that. I don't have much else to say about this one. I just hope both teams miss the fucking playoffs.
Oh, hopefully. These are just 2 shit teams right now. All right, going down to 9:00 here. We have the Colorado Avalanche at the Arizona Coyotes. Game itself is at Mullet Arena, Arizona State. Coyotes are +170. Avalanche are -205. Avalanche on the puck line are +120. Over under 6.5. Over paying off +100. Under at -120. Can your Avs keep it rolling here in Arizona?
I don't know about that, but I do think that this game is going over 6.5 at even money is a good price in the market right now. That's what I bet. And yeah, there's a lot worse prices out there. So even money at over 6.5 is a good one. I know the Coyotes in the Lightning game did not go over much to our chagrin in the last one. I thought that one would cash pretty easily against the Lightning. But Connor Ingram is on one right now. But I don't know if he's going to start 2 games in a row here. It could be Milk, who's not as good. Connor Ingram is, I think, last I saw, he was like 3rd in goal save I've expected. So he's killing it. Milk, not so much. But yeah, I like the over 6.5 either way, especially if Milk is in the net. Avalanche, the goal scoring is off the charts lately. We're fucking killing it. 4 goals every fucking game. And Georgiev is kind of catching it now. He's playing better, and the defense is still okay. But the Coyotes just play pedal to the metal hockey, and I'm gonna keep betting these Coyotes overs all season long until they change their ways. So yes, over 6.5 is my favorite bet for this one. Lean to the dogs, though. Lean to the Coyotes. We howled last show and we cashed on all those bets. Woo! And I think that's a good one here against the Avalanche here. The Coyotes are just like, they've been killers against these big, badass, heavy, front-loaded teams. And yeah, they did it against the Lightning. They can do it against the Avs at a bigger number here too, plus 170. Lean that way, but I only bet the well, I did bet actually the Coyotes, but a bigger number than this. But bigger bet, Coyotes, Avalanche over 6.5, even money.
I'm looking at the under in this one. I'm confused as to why you're leaning to the over. I mean, the Avs looks. I mean, I haven't watched them, but looking at their recent scores, 1 goal against Tampa, 1 goal against Calgary, 2 goals against Minnesota, 2 against Vancouver. Seems like they're playing pretty solid defensively. So is Arizona. Arizona's not exactly scoring too much. I mean, the 6-5 game against St. Louis was an outlier there. 2 bad teams, and these are 2 potentially playoff teams here with Arizona. You guys are backing them pretty good there. So I like the under 6.5 with Vedmelka is a bit stepped down from Ingram. Ingram is not a Hart Trophy candidate though. But yeah, I think the Coyotes will be the play here though. I do agree with you on that. Plus 170 is a bit low. So yeah, if you got it higher earlier, if it goes up somehow, definitely throw half unit or something on that to win 1 unit. But yeah, I think the under is a better play. Both of these teams, trending under. Not just betting off trends though. It's I think Arizona's playing solid hockey, and they've played solid hockey against 2 good teams recently. They beat them, Vegas, Tampa, 2 Stanley Cup contenders. Maybe they finally hit a wall, but I think at home they're able to control play. So give me the Yotes for a small play, and then the under 6.5.
Cannot kill it in the chat. Fuck. I thought Joel was like 20 years older by his voice. That's what happens when you drink too much whiskey, boys.
That's
you age quicker. You age quicker, but you get to lose hope quicker too. So you don't get disappointed in life. So a lesson for you young ones.
All right, here going down to the 9:00 time slot again. We have the Dallas Stars at the Calgary Flames. Game itself is in Calgary. Flames are plus 114. Stars are minus 135. Over under is at 6. Over paying off minus 122. Under at plus 102 here. I think I got to go with the Stars. Minus 135. Road favorites here. I know they haven't been too great recently. Lost 2 of the past 3, 3 of the past 5, but they're still the Stars. They're still one of the best teams in the West, and I can't exactly trust the Flames too much here. They've been alternating wins and losses in the recent game. Did just beat Vegas at home, so maybe they're finding something here. Do have a rest advantage over Dallas, but Dallas was just in Winnipeg. Going down to Calgary now, so I think they're able to kind of get back on track here. I think minus 135 is a bit too low for how different these teams are. I think Dallas is definitely a contender, and Flames are more playoff bubble, especially with Ottinger in net, as long as he's starting here against Markstrom. I like the Stars minus 135. And I'd probably lean to the under, but it was just a 7-4 game last week when these 2 teams played. So just the Stars for me.
This is a rare occasion where I get the worst of the number. I bet the under 6 minus 106. Now it's at plus 102. So Obviously, I like the under. I don't care that there's 11-4 or 7-4 crazy game in the last one. We got two good goalies here. Markstrom should be fully recuperated from his mysterious illness in the last one. We got Ottinger, the future Vezina winner in this one. Stars, they just shut out the Jets, who have been on fire. 2-0 win there. They're going to do the same thing to the Flames here. Lean to the Stars for the money line, but my favorite bet here is the under 6 plus 102. I don't think the Flames can score enough to keep up. Stars, the new Islanders. Let's go under 6.
All right, there. Going down to 10 o'clock here. We have the Vegas Golden Knights at the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver. Canucks are minus 120. Golden Knights are plus 100. Over under that 6.5. Over paying off plus 100. Under is at minus 120. What do you got for this battle between Vezina Trophy favorites?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Aiden Hill will be nice. Demko will be nice too. Hopefully we get that, because I bet the under 6.5 at minus 120 or something like that. But yeah, I like the under 6.5 quite a bit. We got two defensive teams here. Canucks have been a bit overrated offensively. Their metrics do not suggest that they should be a high scoring team. They've just been scoring goals at will, and their shooting percentage is a bit too high, and their power play is a bit too high. And yeah, if Pedersen, Kuzmenko, Miller are not on the ice, and they're not scoring goals. I mean, they could press the net, whatever. They can get this filthy goal here and there, but generally they're not a good team when the top unit is not on the ice. And the Knights, they have trouble scoring no matter what unit is on the ice. So I like the under 6.5. You're minus 120. Both good goalies, assuming Aiden Hill is in net, assuming Thatcher Demko is in that under 6.5 here. I love this bet. And I also fucking faded the Knights hard as fuck by betting the Kings to win the Pacific at plus 140 today. So I'm heavy on the Kings here. Hopefully they can win against the fucking useless ass Capitals. And if not, Canucks better beat the Knights tomorrow.
Yeah, I like those Kings futures. Like Kings to win the cup too. I think they're still around 15-1. I think that's a decent price for how they're looking. But yeah, for this one, I'm not really confident in any play here. I think, Vegas at plus 100 against a potentially fraudulent Canucks team might be enticing.
Watch that word.
I mean,
not fraudulent.
Their underlying numbers do not back up their record. Let's go with that one there.
People, we're getting more listeners these days, Ryan. Voters might be listening. Okay.
All right.
Canucks.
Can you believe that Quinn
Canucks.
Hughes? Forget the Norris. Give Quinn Hughes the heart. What an unbelievable hockey.
And how about those Rick
there.
Tocchet challenges? Huh?
Oh man. Great coaching mind there in Vancouver. Yeah, I'm not going to play a side really, but I'll go with you on the under 6.5 minus 120. It'll be a playoff-like atmosphere. Two real solid goalies here, as long as it's Hill versus Demko. Hopefully it is. So yeah, under 6.5 minus 120. And then going down to the final game on the docket here, 10 o'clock, we have the Washington Capitals at the Anaheim Ducks. Game itself is at the Quack Palace in Anaheim. We got to pick them here. Let's ring the bell. We got the pick 'em bell. Pick 'em. Over-unders at 6.5. On over paying off minus 120. Under is at plus 100 here. I don't know here. The Capitals are on a back-to-back, right? The Capitals are in LA tonight. They just lost to San Jose on Monday night. Third game in 4 nights in California. Lost to Edmonton before that. Yeah, Capitals are finally coming down to earth here as we expected they were. They're still 10-6-2, but on the road 3-2-1. Gibson's better than Kemper. I think Ducks might be a better team overall. Carlson has missed 2 straight games though, so I'm wondering if it's more than just some sort of load management there. It's still not a strong play on the Ducks. They're not a great hockey team. The Capitals aren't good either. So maybe just play the under 6 here and hope the offenses just are putrid.
It's Kemper tonight, right? Kemper's playing tonight. Charlie Lindgren should be.
No, I think Lindgren's tonight. I saw.
Ooh, okay. Well, Kemper's
Lindgren is tonight. Yeah.
All right. Well, Kemper's still good. I like the under 6, even money. The Ducks have come off the road trip. They've been shit. They've been destroyed by the Oilers, by the Canucks, and they're not a good franchise right now. But The Capitals, I can't trust them. I can't trust them at all, especially coming against the games against the Kings after just beaten by the fucking Sharks. You know they'll be embarrassed by that result. And yeah, give me the under 6, even money. I think that's the only way to play this one. I mean, if anything, give me the Ducks at -110. But no, I'm not going to be betting this game unless it's the under.
I'm just seeing here, Capitals are 2-0 on no days rest this season. They went
Whoa, big sample size.
They went to New Jersey and beat them after being at home against Toronto, and then they went from New Jersey to the Long Island there and beat Long Island. So, huge sample size there, 2-0. But yeah, still leaning to the Ducks. All right, I'll go through our consensus plays as we get our best bets ready here. Consensus plays are the Penguins +124, the Panthers, whatever way you prefer there, money line -25, regulation, puck line +114. And then we got the Undertakers here. We got the Sabres, Blues under 6.5 -108, Stars, Flames under 6 +102, Knights, Canucks under 6.5 -102, and then that Caps, Ducks under 6 +100. For our best bets, last show were for Saturday. Joel had the Maple Leafs Penguins over 6.5. How'd that one fare for you, Joel?
Fucking shit, man. That game should have gone over 2 times over. Both goalies showed up. There were like 37 shots for both teams. Both goalies just were too good. And the Penguins power play, it's been the Achilles heel of mine all season long. The Penguins power play, I keep expecting it to be good, doing good. And unfortunately, it was not good in that one. But I did bet the Penguins in that one, so at least they cashed there. And fuck Talon, the Leafs lost at least. That was it's always fun in the Discord when the Leafs lose. At least,
yeah. I had the Flyers at +130 dogs up there on Long Island with the travel advantage. 0-0 going to overtime, 0-0 going to a shootout. I got Tyson Forster, I think, walked it off in round 4 or 5 of that. So that got me up to 6-5 now, +1.93 units. Joel fell to 5-6, -107.9 units. But I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling it. We're both going to get 2 good best bets here, Joel.
We're doing a lot better than our main show, that's for sure.
Yeah. What are you thinking for Thursday here?
Give me the fucking Panthers, man. I'm all in on this fucking team. Let's go. Panthers in regulation, -125. Canadians off that nice win, nice comfy win against the Blue Jackets. They're feeling themselves, coming back home. Hopefully the Panthers haven't been visiting the elite, sexy strip clubs of Montreal and are dialed in for this one. But I think that they'll be on focus for this one because the Panthers are just a far superior team, and they want to come away with some more points on this Canadian road trip here. So give me the Panthers in regulation, -125, bitch.
All right, that's a good pick. I was going to take the Panthers puck line as mine. I'm not sure if I want to double down on the same game there. Give me the Pittsburgh Penguins as much as I hate them there. If the Penguins lose, it's good because I hate them. If they win, it's good because they hit my best bet.
Emotional
Penguins plus 124. This is something I did actually bet. So yeah, Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay's 3rd game in 4 nights. We're just in Colorado, Arizona, back-to-back nights. Pittsburgh was in Nashville, so they got to Tampa beforehand. So all that, can't trust Tampa, but against good teams. So yeah, give me Pittsburgh +124.
Dilly just said that he's going in He's
all
just
in
going all in on every best bet, even though he fucking hates the
parlay them
Penguins.
together.
He hates the Penguins though, so he's going to be forced. That's the anti-emotional bet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's the 14 game slate for Thursday, November 30th, last day of November here. So it's going to be December very soon. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey One Podcast on YouTube. We go live there for all of our shows now, usually between 9 and 10 Eastern time. We'll be back at least Friday night, potentially Thursday night for the small slate Friday, but we'll see about that. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast on Apple Podcasts. Leaves a 5-star rating and review. On Spotify, leaves a 5-star rating as well. Make sure you check out those Spotify Wrapped and tag us on Twitter or get in the Discord or wherever to let us know where we ranked there. To get in the Discord, just go to sg.pn/Discord. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. The SMAP there has been doing a fantastic job. Make sure you follow along. And then yeah, make sure to check out the website. Good stuff up there. I had a fantasy hockey weekly article, had a fantasy hockey buy low article. I'm going to have a fantasy hockey sell high article coming out. So if you're a fantasy hockey guy, make sure you check that out. But yeah, I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
I'm Joel Martin. You'll find me not in the same ditch as Talon Jenkins is tonight because I made it home.
See ya.